Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Amra and this is Amra's Beauty Blog. If you're a subscriber, then a welcome return. If you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for weekly uploads. I wanted to show you some bits that I have from Gucci. I haven't done a Gucci video in a while, so I actually don't have anything on at the moment in terms of a foundation because I have the Gucci cushion, which is the Cushion de Beauty Luminous Finish Moisturising SPF 20 PA, 14 grams, and I have been colour matched to the shade 08. It's been a while. I actually just wanted to show you my hair as well. I've literally had it coloured and cut, so I feel very fresh, very new. This is absolutely gorgeous. Gucci do the most beautiful packaging. I hadn't got around to filming this and I thought today would be a good day to show you. It's a cushion foundation. I love a cushion foundation. I've talked about it in my videos. I find that it's really easy to carry around. It gives a gorgeous look. So I thought let's experiment and try this together. I love the actual design on this packaging. I'm going to show you this up close. This is what it looks like. You've got like a lion there, I think. You've got Gucci written there, and then, oh my god, it's just very, very pretty with all these sort of flowers around it. It looks very antique, gorgeous. I'm going to open it up for you and you get a puff which looks like that. And then this is the colour. Now I think that this is a refill because there's an opportunity here to push it out. So I'm guessing that you can refill it. So it peels off like so. And it looks like that. So I wanted to put this on and give you my thoughts on this first, and then we'll look at some of the other products as well. But you've got a lovely mirror here. It's really easy to carry on the train if you're out and about, and it's light as well because it's plastic. I really like that kind of design, so it's not too heavy. I think the best thing would be to do a hand swatch of this so you can see how close it is to my skin tone. So I'm gonna just dab my hand in here. It does lean a little bit more yellow, but when you put it on, it might look a little bit different. But let me show you the hand swatch here. And it's a pretty good match to my skin tone. As you can see, it's very, very close. So I'm really excited to try this, and let's put this on. So I'm taking a little bit from my hand so we can use some of the product from there. And I'm just tapping away, but I'm going to use this just so I get product, and just going to pat it all the way around. This is how I would use my Korean cushions, so I'm doing the same thing, which is just a patting motion. And this promises a luminous finish, so let's see how this delivers. It's a really good colour match actually. I'm surprised because there's not a huge amount of shades. I'll put down the number of shades below. There is a slight scent to it. So I'm just going to put a little bit there, but you can see that the coverage is pretty good because as I'm tapping in, it's covering quite a lot. Reminds me of the Tia cushion for coverage. So I'm just tapping it where I need the most coverage. And I think if I was on a train or like tapping it in, I'd be happy with this coverage because it does cover quite a bit compared to, there was a new one that I bought from Milk Touch, I think, and although I think it's really good, it's really hydrating, I think for coverage this one definitely more in terms of coverage because it's covered a few of my sunspots there as well, which I'm really kind of happy about. So just tapping it in. That looks actually really, really nice. So I'm just making sure I'm happy with the coverage. And that's using pretty much everything on there, and I'm just gonna put it away for a minute. It actually looks really nice. It's a very sort of close match to my skin tone, but what I am gonna do is use a bronzer shortly anyway, to kind of warm up my face. I think that it's very good in terms of coverage. I'm very happy with that. It gives a nice finish. So let's see how this sort of sits, but I kind of went in, as you saw, and patted away. So that is the cushion, and let's see how we get on throughout the day. I'll give you some check-ins as well. So I did mention that I was going to show you a bronzer. This is the limited edition one, and it's in 03 Poudre de Beauty Éclat Soleil limited edition. The actual packaging for this is stunning, and I wanted to show you this. This is 12 grams of product, and it looks like that, and isn't that just gorgeous? It's a really beautiful bronzer. It's really chic, and this one does feel more luxurious than the cushion, purely because it's heavier, it's substantial. And then look at the shade, look at that, 03, stunning, absolutely stunning. And I love this sort of Art Deco design. So surprisingly, I do have this in the original packaging, not the new limited edition one. So I was just going to use this and show you the bronzer. I've reviewed this previously, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will just do a quick hand swatch for you, and you can see what that bronzer looks like against my skin tone. Really lovely. So what I thought I'd do was take my Sonia G jumbo bronzer brush, and I'm just going to go into the bronzer itself, and it's a matte sort of finish. It's not shiny, so I really like that, something a little bit different. I'm just going to put that on where I'd like the bronzer to go. And what I like about this shade is you can build. It's not too dark, it's sort of in between 03. So you can see already that it's creating a lovely bronzing effect just where I need it. And just putting some on my hairline, and then some on my jawline. But yeah, I'm just sort of blending that out a bit more. You can see how pretty this shade is. So I'm glad that I've got a backup in the limited edition packaging. Be aware, Gucci do a lot of stuff where they repackage things again in new packaging when in fact they have it already, so you might end up buying the same one again. I knew when I purchased this that I already had it, but I really like the Art Deco vibe. But yeah, look at that. So pretty. This is so pretty, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you the bronzer. I forget when I use a Gucci bronzer how much I enjoy it. So far I have the new cushion and the bronzer on to show you, and already it's creating this gorgeous sort of complexion. So one of the things that they launched was a Illuminator de Beauty in Gold 01, and it's a multi-use drop caring and illuminating liquid. I wanted to show you how versatile this was. So I'm going to use this like a sort of highlighter drop, and I'm going to show you it on this side. I'll take a few drops, put some on my hand, just like that. You can squeeze some out. So what I've done is I've squeezed some on my hand, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like first as a swatch. And you can see that it's really complementary. Gives a lovely glow to the skin. So what I'm going to do is I've got my brush from Vive, and it's the sculpted complexion brush, and I'm going to take some of this highlight and I'm just going to put it where I'd like it to go. So a little bit there, a little bit on the brow bone, same on the other side. And all I'm doing is just adding a bit of highlight just there, and it's very subtle, but you can see it in the light, and it's just there. And then on this side, just there, and I might add a tad bit more on this side. I'm really impressed with this. It's really subtle but has like a lovely glow to it, and I'm just putting it there, and then a little bit on my tip of my nose, and then on the Cupid's bow, and wherever you feel like you want to just highlight a tad bit. It's very, very nice. I like that. Wow. And I'm liking the way my complexion looks as well. It's very, very nice so far. I've added a tad bit of concealer, and the reason why I haven't shown you what the concealer is because it's discontinued now, but it's the Marc Jacobs concealer, which I absolutely love, and I had to buy a backup and I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing and I love the sort of the consistency. That's what I've got on now. So I'm back. I have an eye look for you now, which I have just done as part of my Tom Ford video. So go and watch that now as to how I came up with this eye look. And I'm now going to show you a couple of extra things from Gucci. So I have their lips, which I was going to show you, and their glow highlighter. So I think now that I can see my eye look, I think this might work. It's the Gucci glow highlighter in the shade Frosted Lilac, and I was obsessed with this when I first saw it. It comes in other shades as well, but this was the one that I thought was really, really cool. So this is what it looks like. You get 10 grams of product. I'll open it up for you. This is Frosted Lilac and it's absolutely stunning. So I think the first thing we should do is do a quick hand swatch of this shade because it's really lovely and bright and will definitely pack a punch. So this is what it looks like. Oh wow, look at that. So originally I was going to use a blush, but I've got bronzer on already because I put this on when I did my complexion for Gucci before. So I'm going to take this shade, but I'm going to use one of Sonia G's Sculpt 3 brushes because it's a little bit more sort of light, and I want to be light-handed with this because I think it's quite bright and I don't want to go too crazy. So I can see that I'd like a little bit of brightness around this area here. So I've got my shade, tapping it into the gorgeous lilac, Frosted Lilac palette, and just gently putting it where I'd like it to go. My goodness, look at that. God. So I can see that does need a little bit of blending out. So I'm just blending that one out, and then I'm going to do a little bit on this side. You don't need a lot at all. Like, it's really quite strong. And I like the way this brush kind of just touches it and allows me to kind of take the product and blend it out a bit more because it is quite light, and if you don't blend it, it looks a bit odd. So I've just got some there, and then taking a little bit of it and putting it on the tip of my nose, and then some on the Cupid's bow on my lips, and then a little bit on the brow bone on each side. Just being careful that I don't sort of go overboard. It's really pretty. Just a little bit there, going up. Just adding some light. Wow, that's really nice. So I am so excited about these lipsticks. So we're going to start off with They Met in Argentina. This has been my OG colour from Gucci since I've been buying Gucci lipsticks because it's a shade that is really easy to wear and a shade that just is really complimentary, and I love that it's come in a satin formula. So this is the They Met in Argentina in 208, but it's in the satin formula. That's what it looks like. Really simple, Art Deco like, and just stunning. And then you open it up, and then that is the shade. It's such a gorgeous shade. So let's do a quick hand swatch here of the shade. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's put this one on first. It's a lovely shade actually, quite summery. More corally in a satin formula than it was when it was a matte formula. That's pretty. Really nice. So I have removed the lipstick and we're going to go into the next one now. And this one is the shade Francis Fire 312 and it is in a matte formula. So I'm excited to try this and I'm going to leave the famous lipstick right at the end. So this is the packaging. There is 3.5 grams of product. This is what it looks like. You lift it and it's a matte formula and this is what it looks like. Again, really beautiful. Leans more orange, I think, this one. So let's do a quick hand swatch of this shade. Oh, that's a really pretty shade. I think Gucci do the most interesting sort of colours, very similar to Suku. I think they have their own lane and it's just so like unique, their shades. That's gorgeous. Wow, I still can't get over how beautiful this eyeshadow is. So if you want to know how I came up with this look, take a look at my video for the new Tom Ford eyeshadow. Honestly, it's stunning. Anyway, let's go back to the lips. So here we go. Oh, it's nice. Orange and green really go well together. So this is a really good combo. Formula feels more matte, obviously, because it's a matte formula, but it's still really, really lovely on the lips. Doesn't feel drying. And I think it really matches this sort of green eye look. Doesn't need a liner, I don't think, as well. It's really lovely. So this is Francis Fire in matte. So pretty. And you could even double up. What I like to do, as you probably know, I've done this in the past, is you can take the lip shade and you can pat it on the cheeks as well. So you've got a little bit there and you can just pat it to give yourself a bit of colour, because I don't have anything on my cheeks at all and it gives you that kind of monochrome look. And because my eyes are green, I think that this sort of suits this palette really well, this eyeshadow look. I've taken some of that colour and I've just put it on my cheeks. Yeah, I'm just going in again a little bit more. So pretty. Okay, so I've removed the second lipstick and we're now moving into the final lipstick. This is the Rosso Ancora 509 and I believe this was designed specifically to mimic the colour that's in the lift. That is the Gucci lift that was originally part of Gucci and it was in the lift that I saw. I was in this specific lift. There was an actual space where I could see this lift and this is the colour. So I'm very, very excited to try this. This has special limited edition packaging. It's got this as packaging and then the actual packaging itself is red, which is different to the other lipsticks, and it has the Art Deco design. There is 3.5 grams of product, which is exactly the same as the other lipsticks, but this is going to look like beautiful. I can imagine it's going to pack a punch. So this is what it looks like. You open it up. This is the matte shade and it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So let's do a hand swatch of this shade. I'm so excited to try this. Wow. Gorgeous. Okay, so I am so excited to put this shade on. Let's put this one on together now. Ugh, wow. Wow. Who would have thought that this Gucci shade would match this eye look from Tom Ford so beautifully and so well? Honestly, like, this colour is stunning. It's such a gorgeous shade. Wow. So beautiful. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the Gucci pieces that I've picked up. So I've had the cushion on now for about 3 hours and I am really impressed with how it's withstood the 3 hours. It looks really lovely still, and I've got combination skin, so I do worry that it's going to be too shiny. I didn't need to powder. I would feel confident wearing it out if I wanted to take it out with me when I was out, because it's quite light, the compact, but at the same time gives you coverage. Very much reminds me of Tear, the foundation there. The colour match was very, very good actually. It didn't oxidize, it stayed the same. Very, very happy with the cushion. So I just wanted to give you my 6-hour update on the foundation, and it's still looking really, really nice. I think obviously my T-zone is a little bit more oily, but that is because I have combination skin. But other than that, it's a really good foundation. When it comes to the drops that I used earlier, I really enjoyed the drops. Easy to use, not too pigmented that I didn't have to worry about blending it out. It was really nice. It felt like it had skincare properties in it, which felt really lovely. For the Bounce mascara, whilst I used it with the Tom Ford eyeshadow, it came across really beautifully on my eyes, and I really enjoyed the fact that there were 2 sides to the brush. So I was able to kind of maneuver that, and I really enjoyed how it looked on my eyes. For the Gucci Frosted Lilac highlighter, I really enjoyed how it looked on my skin. I had to use it a little bit sparingly because I didn't want it to look too ashy, so I blended it out and that worked really, really well. And I'm excited to try some other shades. I particularly liked Francis Fire and this shade, but They Met in Argentina will always be my OG. So glad I have it in a satin formula now. The bronzer obviously is an OG and I don't have any issues with the bronzer. I think the bronzer is just gorgeous. So it's been a while since I've done a Gucci review, but I hope you've enjoyed it. And again, please let me know your thoughts, your comments. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.